This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. White House hangs rainbow flag between the stars and stripes for Pride. President Joe Biden hosted an LGBTQ+ celebration on the South Lawn outside the White House this week. The Pride Month event had been due to take place the prior week, but was postponed because of the wildfire smog impacting D.C. at the time. Thousands of LGBTQ+ individuals, including lawmakers and activists, attended. Entertainment was provided by Betty Who. Biden has already posted several tweets marking Pride Month. These tweets have received backlash from opponents of LGBTQ+ rights. However, what really sent them over the edge was the way the White House chose to hang its flags. It hung a prominent rainbow flag between two U.S. flags. I say the rainbow flag was well hung. President Biden posted a photo of the flag saying the White House wants to send a clear message that America is a nation of pride. Biden's tweet had thousands of replies, and some viewed the incident as an insult. They claimed it broke a code of violations relating to the display of the U.S. flag. However, these accusations of code violations were quickly slapped down by others. A picture went viral showing a U.S. flag flying above the White House, higher than the three flags overlooking the South Lawn. Therefore, no violations were broken. Jeez. Well, let me say this about that. First of all, let's don't make an idol of the flag. God is not patriotism. God is love. God is not government. God is love. God is not the flag. God is love. So the flag is the flag. And even if we were terribly disrespectful of it, it doesn't care because it's a flag. So there's that. Second of all, this isn't about the flag. This is about people, LGBTQ+ people being treated with dignity and respect. And that's what anti-LGBTQ people don't want. They don't want us to feel good about ourselves. They don't want us to be accepted. They don't want us to be celebrated. They don't want us to be seen. They don't want us to be heard. They don't care about the arrangement of flags. They care that we are recognized by a political leader as being fully human and fully citizens. And that's what they hate. And I also want to say this about all that. These anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, anti-queer, how are you anti-people? How are you just anti? You don't have to understand me. You don't have to come to my house for lunch. You don't have to attend my wedding. But how are you anti-me? And that's the thing I think we're so exhausted about. I think this is a reason that people celebrate when some monsters, get theirs, as it were, because we are tired of having to justify our existence. We are tired of having to prove that we're human. Well, thank God we have a president, and we've had others in the past, this isn't totally new, who says, I recognize that this part of the constituency, this part of the citizenry are fully human. Here's your day, here's your month, here's your flag, surrounded by a bunch of other flags, but here's an inclusion of your flag for a brief amount of time. And that people are against that just shows how broken and wounded our country is, and how we've really got to work on fixing that. And we do that by loving ourselves, and we do that by voting. Always vote every single time. Don't take weed commissioner for granted. If there's an election, vote for somebody, because the people who don't vote are voting. Yeah. They're voting to let the voters decide. Yep. And not everyone who votes has everyone else's best interest at heart. So just vote. Even if it's the lesser of two evils, even if it's two people you don't know, you have to flip a coin, just be part of the process, because sitting it out has not worked out well for us.
And here's what I think a lot of people need to remember about that particular flag, is that particular flag allows us to celebrate all the other flags. It's about
the U.S. flag.
The U.S. flag, and I'm just going back to my veteran. Being from as a veteran, having raised the right hand, sworn to serve, to protect, and defend. It's a reminder that allows us the freedoms to fly the flags that we do. Whichever flag you choose to, as long as it's not a hate flag or anything like that. But it is about, for me, it's that reminder that we can fly this flag because of that flag. And it's not about honoring or making an idol out of it, but it's about freedom. It's about democracy. It is about expression. And we can express a whole lot because of our democracy. And it's fragile right now. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm an advocate as well. Vote. The biggest way to change anything is to get out and vote. When this is all over and said and done with, I don't want to hear say, well, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. No. If you participate in the process, then you can add your voice. If you don't, I don't want to hear it. Not even in a confession, to be honest. I don't want to hear it.
Right. Yeah.
But, this whole thing about the flag and the rainbow flag, these flags, and respect to that, people bled and died for our freedoms.
Right, right.
And we stand on the shoulders of those who've gone before us. And so the whole anti-group needs to rethink why they're anti about anything, especially in America.
And ask them who they were anti before this group, because it's always been a group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Because have you ever noticed that the anti-black and the anti-Muslim and the anti-immigrant and the anti-refugee and the anti-Latin and the anti-choice and they're always kind of the same people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you anti-people?
Right, right. You know what I keep thinking about too when I saw this story was the powerful impact that seeing this flag would have on young people.
Yes.
I mean, there is so much going on right now.
We didn't even have a flag when we were young.
Oh,
like, we remember when it was born.
There was no flag when I was young. And to even imagine having a president acknowledge our existence, I mean, that I can't even imagine that. I truly can't even imagine that. But to have young people now, and with so much going on and democracy kind of hanging on, and all the anti things going on, to see our flag at the White House. How incredible is that? How empowering that is.
Last word, Kevin?
Wow.
That's a good word. Thanks. No,
That's a great word.
Kidding.
I'm just thinking about how I have seen people with the American flag draped around their bodies. Where are they now talking about
waving tattered and dirty?
Flag? Oh, and that's the other thing.
Or waving from the back of a
That
car.
was the other thing. How do you know what you're supposed to do with a flag once it has outlived its beauty?
Yeah, or even touch the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you understand that making shorts, hot pants out of
Swimming suits.
flags, swimming suits out of flags is against code?
It's against code, decorum, protocol, and if it means what it's supposed to mean, that's why you're not arrested for it.
Right.
Because you're free to do it. You're free to be out of order.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it means what it's supposed to mean, I can stand out of respect or I can kneel in protest.
Yes.
If it means what it's supposed to mean, I can wear drag anywhere because I have freedom of expression.
I can do what I want.
If it means what it says to me, that I can worship any way that is legitimate for me. That might include drag. That might include queer theology.
Yeah.
That might include staying home and just sitting the whole thing out. But if that flag represents freedom, then don't use it to deny freedoms.
Amen.
That's where it rubs the wrong way.
And let me just add, wow.
Wow.